The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
There are 4 lights!
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Well, apparently there's only 4 of them. No! There should be.
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
I have a kind of morbid joke. If we open up Mondo's body refrigerator, is there just, like, a container of butter?
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in. And there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
Well, 16 minus 6 is... Come on, hero. Do a little simple math. 6 of us are left. There were 16 of us. 10 lights, not 9.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why? That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to cycle through our memories and see everyone who has died.
So 10 people in all?
Somebody's a zombie.
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
That's a very good question, Aoi. My zombie theory still holds water. No, we can completely destroy the fact of zombies. And, well, let's think of something else. Theory. What if... That wouldn't work. No, that wouldn't work either. What if we killed somebody twice?
I got it! What about if the same person was killed twice?
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Should be air quotes around that. Murdered, maybe.
Murdered and murdered again?
They felt murdered twice.
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that
could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
I really hope a lot of you are piecing this together. For those who haven't yet, these next few moments might blow your mind.
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional. Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu... whatever? Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
That nice little rundown of names is precisely what we needed. That right there is your most important hint. She had wounds all over her body. All over. It might hurt to think back on all the other murders that have happened. But who had multiple stab wounds in their entire body?
Was it Sayaka Maizono?
No, it wasn't.
Junko Enoshima?
Oh dear.
Leon Kuwata?
I think we have a winner.
Chihiro
I think we can skip through all this.
Fujisaki? Or maybe
Because,
Sakura Ogami?
yeah, think back to when Junko was alive.
No. There's
She
no
got killed
way
by the spear of
anyone was
Gungnir.
No, that's wrong. Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... yeah, what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
Uh-oh.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Someone's supposed to be dead, but isn't.
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive! She's gotta be!
It's a pretty sound theory, actually.
Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Careful, Toko. Mukuro still being alive? The missing body is Mukuro? Maybe. Maybe. We have plenty of evidence to debunk this. We just gotta use it. Let's take a closer look.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Monokuma staying silent. We actually do have everything on Mukuro. We have her stats, we have everything. And Kyoko proved beyond the shadow of a doubt that that body is Mukuro's.
The body
So, unfortunately, Toko, your theory had ground. Mukuro is dead.
No, that's wrong. No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Now the fun part. If we know that Mukuro died earlier, and she took on a guise as somebody else, who's still living? Who is still alive? Well, I believe there's only one person that fits that bill. It's Monokuma! Actually, Junko Enoshima.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
No, but go with it.
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Yeah, we did. We did. Oh, man. There was no coming back from that. Plenty of spears everywhere.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Now, wait a minute. It adds up. What are we missing?
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
Hold on, Makoto. Let me think about this. Oh, we're getting off track, so Monokuma came back.
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
He has, I haven't. Makoto, come back to reality, man.
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
The only way I know how.
Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Just turn it on its head.
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
Ooh, I like where this is going. If that Junko is dead, and we still assume that Junko Enoshima is alive, how? I like this. I want to figure this out. That's another good one, Makoto. What if Junko didn't die? There we go, Makoto. We're figuring it out. Maybe some sort of magic? I mean, based on everything so far, it shouldn't be this difficult. Let's go ahead and spell it out for everybody. Oh, that was almost terrible. I almost got one wrong. There we go. Replace. I love how we have to spell this out. It does give you a good eureka moment.
Now I understand.